In the equation ax plus 3 squared equals 36, a is a constant. If x equals negative 3 is one solution to this equation, what is a possible value of a? So we need to just use what we're given, whereby x equals negative 3. We can take that value, plug it in here to be able to solve for a. As it stands right now, we have ax plus 3 raised to the second power equals 36. The problem that we're faced with right now is that we have two unknowns. We don't know what a is, and we also don't know what x is. Until we plug in the value that we're given for x, we are stuck because we can't deal with two unknowns just yet. So let's go ahead and plug in the x value that's given. It's now going to be negative 3a, because x is negative 3, plus 3 to the second power equals 36. And now we can solve for a because we only have one unknown. So how do we start this off? We need to get rid of this squared because it's blocking everything else from taking place. So to undo squared, to really get rid of the second power, you want to square root it. The opposite of raising something to the second power is square rooting it. If you square root the left side, you have to square root the right side as well. And the square root and the second cancel. So we have negative 3a plus 3 equals, now this is important. When you square root a number, when you're solving, you need to account for both the positive and the negative possibility. So that's plus or minus 6. The reason why it's plus or minus 6, for those who may have forgotten, is there are two ways to get this 36. You can either say 6 times 6, or you could say negative 6 times negative 6. So we have to account for both the positive option and the negative option. So with that said, let's keep going. We're going to subtract 3 from both sides to get a by itself. So the negative 3 minus 3 cancels. We have negative 3a equals negative 3 plus or minus 6. I wrote it horizontally because it's probably easier to read it that way. And as you can see, we'll have two answers here. So we will have negative 3a equals negative 3 plus 6. We'll finish this in a moment. And the other option is negative 3a equals negative 3 minus 6. We have to account for the plus 6 and the minus 6. So for the first one, we just need to finish this off and say negative 3a equals positive 3. And then you divide both sides by negative 3. We'll see that a ends up being. And on the other one, we're going to end up with negative 3a equals negative 9. Divide both sides by negative 3. And we will see that a ends up being positive 3. So of those two choices, which are featured, negative 1 or positive 3, well, we can clearly see that C is the only one that's here. So that makes negative 1, which is C, the right answer.